Hola muchachos. This is gonna be I kind of want to do like a top 10 things that you should do to your F-150, right? This one right here is the 2023 F-150. It is my F-150, and all of the things that I've done are currently out of Facebook Marketplace. This is not sponsored, which I wish it was, but that's fine. I started off with the grill. This truck is a regular XL. So I started off with the grill. This is from an XLT. I got it off of a dude from Marketplace. I think I paid, if I don't remember correctly, I think it was like 200. I should have grabbed receipts. So I'm sorry, guys. But this was just a plain black XL grill. Next, I ended up doing drop shackles in the back. Drop shackles, I think I found them on Facebook Marketplace off of a dude from Bronzeville for 80 bucks, if I remember correctly. Uh, the stance on these F-150s are terrible. Straight from the factory, they are terrible. Now, I know why they go with the 3.5 drop, with the 5.6 drop, whatever. I can't do that because I feel like it kind of loses the purpose of being a truck. That, and I don't have money for that. So, drop shackles, and it lowered it 2 inches. So, I personally kind of like how it sits. It's still a truck, and it looks kind of nice. After that, I did my chrome mirror covers. Bought them from Amazon for like, if I remember correctly, I think it was like 60 bucks at most with shipping, or probably 80. I don't know. I'll put it in the video after like I check the receipts and stuff. So this is the same thing, just to kind of tie in with the XLT, the front end. So I currently have the XLT emblems for the fenders on their way. I paid around 90 on eBay. I couldn't find those on Marketplace. I found some, but they were for 180, and I was like, at that point, I'll just buy the Lariat like emblems. So I just went with the XLT because, then again, this is kind of like an XLT, just up-badged or whatever. So I bought these. They're mirror covers. For the price, you can't beat them. I saw that one mirror goes for like over 200 bucks. So 50, 200 bucks, 60 bucks, whatever. Uh, this is it's a pretty good bargain. Now, the next one would be the door handles. These handles came off of, I want to say they were like from a King Ranch. I bought these for 160 off of a guy in Marketplace. The same thing, Facebook Marketplace. So yeah, these were pretty pricey, but it's not just the cover, it's the whole like handle. So it's a pretty simple installation if you don't mess it up. I could go into installation like into another video, but yeah, this is just a recap of what you can do with like, if you're on a budget like myself. So 160 for the chrome door handles. The next is gonna be the headlights. The headlights themselves, if you look online, you're gonna pay a little more, over like 600 bucks. Now these headlights, I found them in Dallas. I bought them off of a guy who crashed his truck and then bought some other headlights, had these. They didn't have wiring, it was just the housing and the little computer or whatever, I don't know, but you connected up to like the truck. Well, these, I think I paid 400 bucks, but I had to go all the way to Dallas. Now, I don't remember, I think that's like an 8-hour drive, but it was an exhausting day because I picked up some other parts along the way. So on the interior, guys, I try to keep my stuff like a little bit like OEM plus. I don't like to overdo it sometimes. And this is one of those things. Right here we have an XLT steering wheel. I bought this off of Marketplace off of a guy for $200. You could buy these brand new for 200, but I just didn't want to wait. Right here, then again, XLT steering wheel. Sometimes I know these XLs just come in with the regular like rubberish kind of steering wheel. I just like the leather. It feels better, it feels smoother, and it just smells nice. And over here, I used to have a cloth middle seat, jump seat, or whatever you guys want to call it. I used to hate it. I hated looking at the cloth and whatever. Well, this is a workstation. I bought this one off of another guy on Marketplace. I paid like 150, 200 bucks. I ended up going to Houston and picking it up. It's very heavy. I kind of regret it, but at that point I bought it. I was at home and I was like, I might as well just install it. So, workstation. We have that, and I don't like this, but here we have lariat seat covers. Now these are like pretty expensive if you try to buy them off of like a dealership or something. I know Catskin Leather offers like the seat covers, but I just couldn't afford to pay $1,000 for just 2 seats and then have the middle seat just cloth. So I paid around 450 to 500 bucks for the seat covers, and these are coming off of a lariat, and they're pretty much takeoffs from a brand new lariat. Again, I installed these, and trust me, these are a real big hassle to install. My wife helped me, and she was pretty pissed by the end of the night, by the end of the morning. So yeah, another of the things that I also did was, don't mind this, I could not pay for a titty panel. They're $450. That is fucking insane. Anyways, these are 210s. You know, you gotta blast music, bro. This is the valley. You gotta, you know, enjoy your music. So right here we got 210s. I bought this box for $300-ish off of Facebook Marketplace. They came with 210s. These are Euphoria's speaker bass. Well, these are bass, right? Of course, you guys know. And then I bought some Apocalypse. These were previously installed in my Camaro. I took them off, left them alone, and 130. And then we have the speaker box for like 400 bucks. And then we have a set of Sylvester Neos inside that replaced the factory system. And those were $180. And currently I'm running them on an amp. It's a G3600D. It's a 4-channel for the voice, the DS18. It works pretty good. It works phenomenal. I love it. I used to have it on my Subaru. I used to have it on the Camaro, and I just swapped it over to this truck. And I think as far as the amp for the bass, I'm currently running a 1500 Scar amp. Obviously, it's going to be a 1-channel. So I have that for the bass, and then I have that for the voice. So it's just overall upgrading your interior. It just feels like you want to drive it, you know. Whenever you go out sometime with your friends, it just feels nice to have that, you know, system available at the time. One extra bit of piece of advice: buy some carpets, like some floor mats. They're dirty because they're always used, and it always gets filthy no matter what. These are way better than having your stock carpet, because the carpet the dirt always sinks in inside, or sand or whatever, you know, mud, and it's just a pain in the ass to take that off. So consider getting a set of these. I bought these for 50 bucks off of Facebook Marketplace, off of an old man. I think they were supposed to be in 2020. I think these changed as far as the driver's seat goes, like the little, where it kind of sits down and just clamps. So that's the only thing that changes. But other than that, consider yourself getting a set of these. Another big thing, the last big thing that I have for you guys. If you want to see a night and day difference from these 2023s, F150s with the 5.0s, or the 6 cylinders with the twin turbos too, the 2.7 or the 3.5 EcoBoost, right? Get yourself a tune. This truck is completely stock. I have not messed with an intake, with an exhaust, or anything whatsoever. But this right here made a night and day difference. Now this thing hooks up to your negative terminal, positive terminal to your battery. You hook it up correctly. It's a pretty simple process. This right here connects to your first right here. So there's a lot of pins. Make sure you just take it out. Take all 3 out before you make your tune. I'm sorry, I know it's dirty, but take all 3 out. There's a whole process on how to do it yourself. But it's rather simple. Everything's really like, just plug and play, let's say. Once you take those three off, hook it up, this turns on. This is like an OBD2, like it reads OBD2, so you can hook it up to your, like the inside of your truck, so you can data log and whatnot. You can do all kinds of stuff for your tuner. So I bought this and it already came preloaded with the tune from Aussie Tune. So this truck is already currently tuned by them, and it made a night and day difference. It took away the governor that it has at 105 miles per hour. Don't ask me how I know, but I know. It took it off, and it makes shifting points a little bit more aggressive. The truck runs a little bit more aggressively whenever you put it in sport mode. I know sometimes it goes into, whenever you go into a manual and you put it in first gear from dead stop, I know you had to shift, and the shifting was kind of a little delayed. So as soon as you like punch it, just let it be, and it's gonna go through the gears. You don't have to mess with anything. So it's overall something, really simple. It helps a lot too. What else? The auto stop or turn off, and then all that stuff. I know some people don't like it. I personally don't like it. I usually turn it off whenever I get in the truck. It turns off with the tune, so you won't be having to worry about that. Right now I'm currently tuned on 93. I could run E85, but I think overall it's just, sometimes I use this truck as my daily, so I just run 93 at the moment. So yeah, this is one of those other things that you could like do for your truck. I personally really liked how it worked. This is my first F150. This is my first Mustang platform, the Ford platform. So overall, this is a really good bang for your buck. I know it's expensive. It's like 900, $1,000, sometimes up to even 1,500. So it's expensive, but it works. It makes a night and day difference. But if sometimes, you manage to get yourself an intake, some headers, these engines really like to breathe. So once you let them breathe, they tend to wake up a lot better. So that's it, brothers. That's all I have for you guys currently on the truck. I still have, the XLT fender emblems pieces that are coming in. I was gonna get a set of wheels, but I missed out on the deal, unfortunately. I don't have the funds, So yeah, that's gonna be it for this, guys. Hopefully I get to see you guys or make an installation video on something that you guys want to see. I know there's not a lot of videos. Sometimes I look up online and I was guys, the video cut off. I don't have storage, so I'm gonna try to do this real quick with you guys. Anyways, that kind of just finishes off what I currently have, built on this truck myself, and my, wife helping me out. So yeah, guys, hope you guys liked it, and if you guys have any more questions or anything, just let me know in the comments, and I can help you guys. Thank you guys. Peace.